This is Mad For It. This is the boys on the road to see Oasis at Wembley, and we're so close to when we get to see them. I know a lot of people at home have already seen them, and we're very jealous, incredibly jealous.
Looks amazing. Looks incredible.
We are literally counting down the days till we go on the 30th of July. So we thought this was a good juncture to go through all the Oasis albums, which we've listened to in various episodes down the last few weeks and months, and you can get all of them in the description as well if you want to focus in on a particular album. But in every episode, we give a rating out of 5 stars each. Yeah. And I thought it'd be interesting to add up our scores, and then we have the definitive list of what the best and indeed the worst Oasis albums are.
The accumulator.
Yes. And I've not told either of these what the order is or what the star ratings were. So we're going to go through. It'll be a surprise for both of you.
So you've got one for each of us or for the group?
So I've got everyone's individual scores, and I've got the overall rating out of 15, which is how the official Mad For It rating is a score out of 15 for an album, which is 5 stars potentially each.
Yes.
But it's 7 times 5, isn't it? 7 albums, 5 possible stars.
The top 3.
Oh, top 3.
What?
With
No, each album
could be 5 stars.
He needs 15 for the collective Mad For It score.
Or for every album.
Every album could be 5 stars.
Which should be 15 out of 15.
For each album. So
for
I've got 5 out of 5, you've got 5 out of 5, he's got 5 out of 5.
That's 15 out of 15.
With you.
I think that's silly.
Sorry, did you think I was adding all the 7 up? It's like, we rate Oasis 67 out of 85.
I think we should do it that way, yeah. It makes more sense.
Well, okay, I'll do some mental maths as we go through. But we'll start off at the bottom, and this is clear the worst album in our mind.
Can I try and guess it?
Yeah.
Don't Believe the Truth.
It is.
It
is at the bottom. And I gave it 2 stars. Josh, you gave it 2 stars. Tom, you were feeling generous, you gave it 3.
Did I really?
Which is 7 stars out of 15.
Right. Yeah, I was completely wrong with that. Yeah.
Why were you wrong?
It should have been a 2.
A 2?
I think we were not quite near enough to the end.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I'll give it a bit of grace. But that's interesting because I got slagged off online by like 500,000 people for not liking whatever was. Is it Idol on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet I voted the album stronger than both of you. So.
But they only saw that small little.
They only saw a clip.
Sliver.
That's all it took for the end. And
but
it come down.
Isn't that the problem with that album though? It's like, Important to Be an Idol is brilliant. And the rest of it.
Not according to him.
God Thinks I'm Able, I think that was my only and really I only like the bridge. So I only like about 30 seconds of that album.
Very generous with your stars. 1 star per 10 seconds of brightness.
Alright, well that's interesting.
Yeah, any thoughts looking back on Truth?
No,
let's I
stand by it. I feel like, Lila, I like Lila. I like Important to Be an Idol. And then there's sort of Mucky Fingers on there, which I like the craziness of it.
Yeah.
The Meaning of Soul. What's the other one?
Yeah, but that's not great.
There's the other one.
Yeah,
that's not great.
That's not a good song.
But just trying to remember like what are the highlights on that album. And
there aren't any.
It's Important to Be an Idol. That's
I
it.
moved my score down to 2.
No, this is it. These are locked in. I'm afraid.
I'm
afraid I did this on my dinner break today. So these are locked in.
Die on the hill.
And cannot be changed.
But I think that's fair. I think that is the worst album
that is the worst album.
Well, now we've got to have a discussion, boys, because the next 3 albums are tied on 8 stars out of 15.
When I did my own list, I didn't quite understand how you were going to do this.
Not been paying attention.
So I did my own list today, and it was obvious Truth was at the bottom, but the hardest bit for me was ranking these 3. It was like, which way is up? So I've got mine, but I don't know if I'll throw it to the group first.
Giants, Soul, Heathen.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 we're talking about here.
Yeah.
The middle of the pack. They're the Everton of the Oasis discography.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my least favourite of those 3.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Soul.
Interesting.
Really good.
What I said about it's the most consistent, the most focused effort that they put out, maybe out of those 3 albums, of what it was actually trying to achieve. But I think that might be my least favourite. There's some great stuff on there. There's some actually good stuff on there. But again, it hasn't caused me to... No, you've got that one. What's that one that you guys absolutely got wet for?
Which
the one that's like the single with Liam singing. What? Out of Time, yeah. Like, I thought it was a good song. I was surprised that Shopping on Lightning was enjoyable. I was like, okay. And yeah, then the other stuff that was on there that I can't remember. High Horse is probably what the worst Oasis song I would say is my worst Oasis song.
Oh, it's such a near miss, that song.
I don't think it's near anything. Yeah. Nowhere near being.
I mean, I don't know what the target was, but it is a near miss of whatever that target is.
The other thing it's near is the bottom. It is the bottom.
It is the bottom, yeah.
Because it's not even like trying something crazy different, like a Mucky Fingers, which is just like, well, we fucking made a faux pas there, where that is like trying to do something and just not doing it right. So it's just poor. Yeah. It's not adventurous, it's just poor.
So how are you ranking these 3 albums then?
What about if you guys go for your least favourite? I've made mine known.
Yeah.
Least favourite for 3. So just to remind everyone online and stuff, Soul, Chemistry and Shoulder.
Yeah, I think Dig Out Your Soul to the bottom of that one.
Okay.
I think that's the bottom of the part. I think that's a clear below the other 2 as well. Yeah. I was, when I went through, maybe it's just because obviously I know my own like feelings on these albums, but I was like, I'm quite surprised they are all neck and neck, because I'm like, Dig Out Your Soul is not.
Who's the outlier throwing this all off? Making it an even number.
Well, I think we should ask Tom, and then I'll give us our scores from the episodes to see if we regret or agree with our past selves.
Well, I had to take these 3 and then go into them and then choose basically what were the best songs on there and what were the worst, and like what is the most redeemable. And Shoulder, for me, that's the worst of the 3.
Yeah.
Because Roll It Over, brilliant tune, but really, I could just take or leave the rest of it. Like, or absolutely leave it, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's too drag. It's like the Calm Down album, the cover album, the cover's crap.
Yeah.
That says a lot for me. Like, I said,
what was about the cover?
It's a package.
Did you actually listen to these albums?
If you
look at the covers.
Tom a present his birthday, give him a picture book. I absolutely love that.
But it's the whole essence of the music, isn't it? It's selling you the whole, it's the image that goes with the product, and it's like, it's a really crap cover for really disillusioned music, so it was wrong for me. With Gas Panic being the worst on that.
This guy.
That's what probably puts it above Dig Out Your Soul for me. Come on.
Yeah, but you're saying Gas Panic's better than Out of Time. Out of Time is for the ages.
Yeah, but there's more other good stuff than Gas Panic, whereas there's not that much other good stuff.
James is better than High Horse, but actually meant he won't.
Okay, well, I'm glad I won that argument. I didn't even try it. Okay. Shall I give us what we scored each of these albums?
Well, can we get you two's best of the 3, and then we'll kind of the middle one we'll find. So yours is going to be Chemistry, because that's your one.
It is He the Chemistry.
Yours is going to be Shoulders.
Shoulders, it is.
Right, again, no need to.
And mine is Dig Out Your Soul, because that was my one. And again, like you said, it's the most consistent. So Chemistry was in the middle for me. Shoulders is in the middle.
So
we're all opposing, yeah.
Well, I think we've basically stayed in line with what our original ratings were. So for Heathen, I give it 3. Tom, you give it 3. Josh, you only gave it 2.
Yeah, you're right.
Dig Out Your Soul, I gave it 2. The pair of you gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
And then for Giants, I gave it 3. Josh gave it 3. Tom, you gave it a 2.
Should have given it 1.
But that would have helped the ranking.
Okay, so
the tie we've got here.
I think that says about maybe Oasis fans listening. What are your 3? How would you rank 3? I mean, maybe that speaks to the kind of stuff you like. You know, you're a Lila guy.
That's not my favourite.
Wow, what an insult.
You're a Hindu Times guy.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'm a High Horse guy, so.
But that's it. The top 3 of these, like best song maybe that I think about on those albums is, it's hard because you've got Little by Little, which I love.
Yeah.
Gas Giant. Gas Panic, which I actually love. Slide Away.
What?
Is Slide Away?
No.
Slide Away.
Slide Away's on Definitely Maybe Plank.
Oh, fucking, what's the other one? Roll It Over, sorry.
Leave that in.
Roll It Over, sorry. Roll It Over.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Roll It Over is amazing. But you have to get 14 tracks into that to get that, or whatever.
But there's other stuff on there. Like that, Giants is the only album that I went back and listened. When I listened to it, I was like, I want to listen to this again. I actually enjoyed thoroughly going through it. It was like, that's an album I'm going to go listen to before I go to the gig again, because I actually like, it isn't perfect as solid. It's a 3 out of 5 album, but it's got some really good stuff on there, and it's the tail end of Oasis and what they did, and Heathen Chemistry, right here, right now, right here, right now. And like, what's the fucking Stand By Me? Like, they're good, they're alright.
But, like,
What?
That song Be Here Now.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Stand By Me?
Yes. You jumped ahead. You're jumping way ahead.
Never mind then.
I think we've
37 weeks.
I think we've got to focus our minds on what is the official Mad For It. How are we separating these? I think Dig Out Your Soul is by far the worst. But can I persuade Josh to join me in putting it third out of three?
I think said Heathen Chemistry. I gave it 2 because going into Dig Out Your Soul, I would have been aware of that. So I must be misremembering as I've been completely naming the wrong albums and wrong songs. But I mean, it's tough because my mind's fogged now. So let's say, I agree with you.
Okay.
Song is the worst one.
So
that could be a technical error.
Dig Out Your Soul's number 6, no technical errors about it. So that leaves us with Heathen and Giants. How do we rank them? 4 and 5. What is the 4th best Oasis album? Is it Heathen Chemistry? Or is it Giant?
It's Heathen Chemistry.
It's Heathen Chemistry.
Yeah, okay.
Heathen Chemistry.
Yeah, because it's got Hindu times on it.
Well, I'm really happy with that because that was actually my order. So I don't know how I managed to bully you both into.
I just completely lost my.
Well,
can't we put Soul in the middle of this?
You got a bottom. We both put it 6th, so that's why I freed up.
Well, I'm going to leave my button. I'm going to put Shoulders in 4th.
I'm afraid the official Maverick ranking.
Oh, here we go.
Heathen is the 4th.
All right. Well, I'll be interested to see what you guys think about this because we've loosely discussed this without saying. But top 3.
Yeah.
I think Adam might be the one that's indifferent to me and you.
Yeah.
Well, there is a 3rd place which is not in the same level as the top 2, which is Be Here Now, which I gave 5 stars. You both gave it 4.
Yeah.
And you're both wrong. It is a 5-star album.
No, it's a 4-star.
It can't be a 5-star album.
How can't it? It's brilliant.
Too long.
Definitely Maybe and What's the Story. You can't say that that's the same. You could say it's very good, but if we don't organise it down one peg from them, then what have we got? We've got chaos.
If you had 2 vinyls in front of you and you said you could listen to Morning Glory or you could listen to Be Here Now, I would listen to Be Here Now. Because from our episode where we talked about Morning Glory, I've heard all of it too much now. It's too much. It's too much.
But familiarity, you can't base it off.
It breeds contempt, Josh.
Yeah, you can't base it off like, this is technically a better album, but I've heard it too many times. I have too much of a good thing. Is basically your argument. You have to look at it clinically and be like,
what is the best?
Right, album? This is the songs on this are better. I skipped Wonderwall because I don't want to listen to it unless I'm at the gig. But there's no song on Be Here Now that's better than Wonderwall.
Dirty Shirt.
All around the world. Both of them.
Fuck that. That might be my worst song.
That brings it. That's what I wrote as my worst song on there.
I just love it.
Yeah, I hate that song.
The reprise. Yeah, I mean.
That's why it's a 4-star album.
Yeah, that's a 3.5 now, actually.
I think so. So I die on the Noel Gallagher fan hill, and I'm going to die on the Be Here Now hill. I think it's
the third
brilliant.
best. I think that's absolutely fair to say.
It
is brilliant. It is brilliant.
And I think
it's
the
third best.
And with that having 13 stars across us, remember the ones below were 8 and then 7 at the bottom. that is a big. That's like your gap between the Premier League and the Championship. Yeah. To use another football analogy, that's a chasm. That's not just a gap, is it?
Yeah, that's a field goal. That one.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
Well, that brings us to the top 2.
It does.
Which are Morning Glory and Definitely Maybe.
In that order.
Which we all gave 5 stars.
Yeah.
They get the official Mad For It 15 out of 15.
Hey. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well done.
Gold star. Or 15 gold stars.
Thumbs up award.
Yeah, they should put it on the album covers. Yeah. Those limited editions they sell in the shop.
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, 15 out of 15. But what that means, we do have to separate them.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Tom, do you want to start?
Yeah, I've said it before. Morning Glory is the better one of the 2. I believe this for 3 reasons. I wasn't there at the launch of the first one. Obviously, I was born, but like the cultural impact didn't affect me until Morning Glory.
Yeah,
we just couldn't escape it, and it was everything. And those went up against Blur, and that was the thing. I think if I was like around in '92 and then in '94, Definitely Maybe came out like, oh yeah, because it's a bit raw, it's a bit more rocky.
Yeah,
but I think the songwriting and the production is so perfect on Morning Glory that it's just perfect straight through, and it ends properly, whereas we discussed on Definitely Maybe.
Yeah.
You've got 2 endings which are just as good as each other, but it doesn't really ever end properly. And that stupid Los Angeles song, Let's Sit Down, so Dixie's.
Oh.
I think that's so naff. It's like really cool rock and roll, and then it kind of almost becomes a bit funny, and you kind of lose that like grit. And it's not great. And the other one, what's the other one? Bring It On Down, which is a good song, but it's just Rock and Roll Star again. Whereas on Morning Glory, it's through and through. It's just, I mean, come on.
Well, can I pick my favourite?
Of course.
And then we can throw to you to be the casting vote, because I am a
definitely
die hard, definitely maybe. The rawness is amazing. They never ever match that again. It's so good. This is like a brand new band, and they are immediately basically the biggest band in the world in terms of how they sound and obviously how many they sell and the sort of gigs they do. It is an unbelievable piece of work.
They perfected it for the second one. It's like Nirvana. It's like no one's buying Bleach. It's like, oh, no, never mind. That's where they kind of took that thing and made it good.
I thought you were going to say it's like Scream 2, but you missed an open goal there, didn't you? But I definitely maybe for me.
Cool, man.
Every time.
Good.
Every time.
Joshy boy?
So
he's doing a Chris Tarrant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, isn't he? I've got to go and touch him.
So this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because the first album I heard was So Morning Glory. Definitely maybe. Was familiar with it. Only actually properly listened to it when we started this podcast. And I think, in the same way as you saying, overhearing, I'm contradicting exactly what I said. I think definitely maybe might be the album that I rate number one, and its familiarity. That I think the songs on What's the Story Morning Glory, there's some of my favourite songs on there. There's some of my favourite songs on Definitely Maybe, and the freshness and the newness of it is what gives it me, and that raw, punky thing, supersonic, rock and roll star. Bring It On Down, Shaker Maker, Digsy's Down.
Yeah, like Shaker Maker over.
There's Up in the Sky. There's songs that it's just like, oh, if that song was on fucking Morning Glory, it's like you've got Cast No Shadow, amazing. But you've got two amazing closers, which are great, unbelievably great, supersonic. But then you can't beat Wonderwall, and that they're so hard to put together. It's like trying to pick a favourite child. But I think the excitement of that first album, in its rawness, in its energy, is what I like. And the other thing is such a polished, great thing. It's not polished turd. It's a great polished diamond, and it's amazing. And it's so hard to pick the two, but I've got to pick the first one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've got to pick the first one. There's stuff on that I know they won't play, and I'm gutted that they won't play it.
Yeah.
But it makes me want to jump out of my skin with excitement of hearing it. And they're two different albums in that sense. People could say that the same, but they're two different elements. Wonderwall is not any single. Don't Look Back in Anger isn't any single off Definitely Maybe. Whereas it's just, they're both great. They're both 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I was going to say,
they're a double box set of perfect.
They are both 100 out of 100.
It's out 15, come on. You're reading the format again.
But
I think maybe so. We've got, so that's it. Definitely.
That's it.
But I think we should give Tom a chance of redemption with a game of who to determine will be number one. What album will be number one? Who will win this? Who will win the Mad For It rankings? Tom against us, Cispan Prick.
How do you do it with 2 against 1?
Well, one will elect one of the champions. One of us will be the champion.
I'm going to let you, because you're more experienced at Cispan Prick.
But it needs to be 1,
2,
a motion of 3.
1, 2, 3.
It's Manchester rules. You just keep doing it.
We'll do Southern rules because we're playing down here. So 1, 2, 3, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Cispan Prick.
Yeah!
Definitely named it the winner.
Wow.
It's the album of Oasis. It's there. It's not as good as Noel or Liam's solo stuff, but it's there. It's a great album.
There we are. So that's like 38 weeks of work.
Yeah.
To basically argue over the 2 albums we do.
And we still had to decide with.
Cispan.
And it's probably not a surprise to many people who actually know the Oasis discography.
How many of these albums would you recommend to a friend who'd never heard, a fictional friend who'd never heard Oasis before?
Just
2?
3. 3 albums, but I would recommend listen to What's the Story Morning Glory first.
Yeah.
That is the gateway into Oasis.
That's what my whole vote was based on. Yeah.
And what are the other 2?
The other 2 are Definitely Maybe and Be Here Now.
Yeah. Same for you?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you've got the start one with Morning Glory. You want to get really into it and really dirty with the Definitely Maybe. And then if you still want some more, you're still hungry, Be Here Now is a great supper.
I'm surprised you didn't say Dig Out Your Soul for the cover. Here's two to listen to and one to put on the
It's
wall.
certainly not the Morning Glory cover.
But yeah, that's the final thing then. It's like, well, I said that like I'm ending it, but no.
See you later, mate.
That's the thing. I feel like Morning Glory was always in the forefront. Always the forefront. But I feel definitely maybe later, post-Oasis breakup, maybe the proper Oasis musos were into it and always said that's the best one. But I felt like that's been getting ahead of Morning Glory.
Yeah, that's
later years while Oasis have separated, and then that's finally come to the forefront, and it's the definitive Oasis album.
I think I was a bit surprised by that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think through the years, if you've asked me, I've always said Morning Glory.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more we've kind of dug in, it's like more.
I would have been able, and then definitely maybe as an album years ago, it would have been, what's the story? Is that, and then if it newer, and then definitely maybe it's kind of the forgotten first album, but
it's not forgotten.
It's not forgotten. Time has been good to it, but it's also, if you know, you know. And it's kind of an uneducated answer, but I'll die with that.
But I think I must have said it in the review episode itself. Like, it still sounds fresh now.
Yeah.
And like, I definitely haven't heard it as much as Morning Glory, but I have heard it a lot. And it still has that freshness, which Morning Glory now doesn't have to me, being a...
But it's a testament to the music on Morning Glory that it doesn't feel fresh or anything, it's overplayed, because it has that. It has that what definitely maybe doesn't have. It has that songwriting and that composition that is unmatched. It's like it's unlike anything like that you can have an album like that that's still played as much to this day. You hear around the world, even in Japan, just playing outside of random Japanese restaurant at midnight. They're playing Don't Look Back in Anger on a speaker. There's a Japanese man singing Supersonic, singing Live Forever. And it's like, it translates those two albums. There's no one doing anything off Be Here Now, but...
They haven't got the time.
Yeah, but they've got it. And Americans even know Wonderwall. Like, and that's, they can never crack. So, there's power in that music.
Any final thoughts, Tom?
No, I'm actually, you put me in my place, finally. Glad to be relegated and lose the 6-man prix. My first ever 6-man prix.
You usually got beginner's luck, don't you?
No.
I wasn't holding me back.
Clearly no. Yeah.
But really proud of that score. Thank you for putting that together. I think I'm glad we finally put up the score.
Yeah.
And we decided it between three mates. We've put a lot of effort into this. We've come a long way. And
well, that's what we started.
Even if I'm not happy about it, that is the rules, and I stand by the rules. So
shall I give the top 7 then? In top of the poll countdown.
Give it a rundown.
So number 7 is Don't Believe the Truth, which we gave 7 stars. At number 6 is Dig Out Your Soul, which we gave 8 stars. Above that, number 5 is Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, which we gave 8 stars also. And then at number 4, Heathen Chemistry. Now we start to get good. Heathen Chemistry, 8 stars we also gave for that. Obviously, tiebreaker between the three of them. Number 3, clear third place, Be Here Now, 13 stars. And then What's the Story, Morning Glory, 15 out of 15. And then just edged out by Definitely Maybe, also 15 out of 15. And Tom's editing this one, so you'll see how lazy he's been, whether they came up on the screen if you watch on YouTube, or whether they didn't, and you were just looking at Josh putting his thumbs up.
Do you think they're going to have a reissue of Be Here Now, where it said Maverick Podcast 13 out of 15?
Yes.
Oh.
No, we want those ones where it's like my 5 stars really big, and then yours will sort of be obscured, so it kind of looks like 5 stars, but you can't tell. They're ajar, so it sort of looks like it could be a 5.
The Man For It vinyl release. Maybe that's they've done the for the tour. They've done coloured vinyls to try and freshen up the.
That's unlike them to try and make money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Reissues.
So maybe Man For It.
Man For It Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Man For It cassette and videotape.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
God, imagine that.
Poor bastard who's buying that. Get sectioned.
It'd be us buying it. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's it. Trying to trick the algorithm.
Right, boys. Well, that was a great little run through of the worst to the best Oasis albums. And I think it's fair to say there's a lot in there for anyone to enjoy, whether you are an Oasis diehard or you're a newbie.
Yeah, I'd say there's no losers.
Apart from us 3.
Yeah, apart from us.
But yeah.
Right, boys, thank you very much. As we said at the start, we are on the road to see Oasis live at Wembley on the 30th of July. It's so close now. We are so excited. And yeah, we'll be here throughout the summer talking about the gigs, and we'll keep having gig updates and best bits, and it's going to be great.
Where can we find that?
You can find it, and again, this is a great test of Tom's laziness or not.
Don't do it.
And I'm going to do the hand, which is you can see it on the screen now. You can see where to follow, subscribe. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube as well.
Get away from us.
You can take us wherever you go.
They're somehow getting away from us. I don't know. I don't know where they're looking. Not under our rock, apparently.
Please find us. And so anyone who stayed right at the end of this episode, thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers.
And yeah, we'll be back with more Mad For It soon. Cheers.
Cheers, Mad For It.